Yeah, so this is weird because it's been like a minute, like literally 5 weeks ago since we were sitting here, and actually it was 5 weeks ago since I was sitting here.
Yeah, right. I wasn't here.
And this was Mrs. Warrior.
Yeah.
They were calling her all sorts of weird nicknames, but
it was fun.
Yeah, it was fun actually. But then even then, it was further back. It was I had a different guest who was Damon. Damon O. And then before that, it was you maybe. So that would have been 6,
one that
7,
hardly taught.
8. It would have been 8 weeks ago, 2 months ago since you've sat in this hot chair. 2 months ago.
A lot of busyness going on here.
So 2 months. What's been going on for 2 months that you haven't been able to visit me?
Well, I mean, I've been able to visit you occasionally.
I know, but I mean, enough time to actually sit in front of the camera and do a live stream. And it's Tuesday afternoon, by the way. We can't even do this tomorrow because of the reason why you haven't been able to do it for the last 2 months.
So I work.
Wow.
I have job.
So yeah. So does Sure Shot now. Sure Shot's been like out of town and stuff.
Yeah, yeah. He's had some family business out of town last week and a half.
Frammery, fricker, trickery.
But I don't know about his job situation. You might have him on Wednesdays pretty soon here. And,
that would be cool.
And not me.
Yeah.
Because I work in the morning.
Yeah, you do. You do kind of a terrible laborious job though.
Yeah. I am a grunt whose body is for the floor of the garage to toy with.
Yeah. So you do a lot of labor though. Yeah. Laying down epoxy.
Yeah, I do epoxy floors for garages and such. Yeah.
Nice.
Well, got to be a man one day, right?
I guess. I see people out there, but I don't see any comments. So maybe you're just watching. But if you're watching and you can comment to make sure the comments work. Because
we don't know.
Because I want to make sure that the comments section is working.
Well, did you announce this? Like, is this all
no.
people?
I didn't announce it because I'm just not cool like that.
You're I don't care. We're gonna do this and see what happens.
Yeah, I don't do this for money anymore at all. Ever. I don't make any money.
I don't.
The YouTube channel doesn't make money anymore. It's social. It's fun. I enjoy hanging out with individuals. I still have a few hundred to 1,000 people that we like to hang out with. So I enjoy hanging with them.
Process of hanging out.
Exactly. We talk daily on Twitter as well as hang out when we get to do live streams. So it has nothing to do with money. So I don't actually announce it and all of that.
Well, still. It would be nice if people...
Things might change, though. Things might change when I start making videos for a new game because there's Disc Golf Rival I play. I do enjoy it. I went 6 months without playing any games, and I started playing Disc Golf Rival. I'm totally addicted like I was with Star Wars Galaxy Heroes. Really picking it up, really getting good at it.
Wow.
Yep, wow. And figuring out a real process and a way to do well. So I want to make sure that I can kind of pass that knowledge, the things I'm learning, onto the community. And just like any game, there's a huge group of people picking up the game. The game just came out in February. It was in beta from February to May. And I picked it up in May when it went from beta to live. I picked it up when it went live. So I apparently stumbled upon it in its infancy after it went live. And I've been playing it ever since it went live. So it's a fun game.
I've been playing real disc golf a lot. It's part of why I have a tan.
Yeah.
I do some
you're out in the sun.
Yeah.
For your job.
Honestly, I never thought I would get a tan. This is a godsend really for me. I don't know. I mean, I might become addicted, to having something other than a see-through skin tone.
Yes. But it is fun.
You should play with me sometime.
I do. I enjoy going and playing live disc golf. I really do. I actually enjoy real.
He's really good at it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I enjoy real disc golf for sure. Real disc golf is fun. But, when you can't go play real disc golf where it's 110 degrees.
Yeah, I still play at 110 sometimes.
I know, man. You're crazy.
I'm mad. I might have my best game my last time out.
Yeah. I'm going to kill the chat and I'm going to bring the chat back up because I don't see a single person saying hi or anything. And I do see people in the...
It breaks my heart, really.
Yeah. And seeing people in here, I'm wondering if chat is damaged or something.
Damaged.
They're
like, what have you been doing for the last 8 weeks?
Yeah. If anybody can chat, say something really quick. I just want to make sure chat's
say anything.
Say anything.
Put your boombox up.
In your eyes, the light, the heat. Your eyes, I am complete. your eyes.
Yeah, it's good stuff. I see
Yeah.
the doorway to 1,000 churches.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't see
Resolution.
anyone. I don't see anyone chatting. So I'm gonna kill it, and we're gonna bring it back up because I think.
hey!
Darth Mar. So maybe chat does work. It's just the individuals. They're like, I am not gonna be the one.
I don't want to be the one to do it.
I'm not gonna do it. Okay.
Ain't gonna do it.
Ain't gonna do it.
Wouldn't be prudent.
Wouldn't be prudent. Okay. Well, it is working, so that is good.
Hey, what's going on?
What's going on?
Tell me what's going on.
What's going on? You know, everybody tunes in specifically so they can hear us sing.
Probably not.
Because we're really, really good at it.
Well, when we try.
They're really amazing. No. We're like, we could be signed tomorrow.
Yeah, if we try.
Yeah, seriously. No, even if we don't try, we're just amazing. We're like, I'm like, you're like Britney Spears and I'm like Justin Timberlake.
That's a weird, yeah. I mean, she did shave her head, so there is that.
Darth Mar, yes, you caught us live. That's awesome. I'm glad you're here.
Yeah.
It's always fun. I love hanging out with you. So this is going to be fun. All right.
There's the three of us. We can have fun.
Yeah.
It's going to be fun.
Yep. So you've been working. Yep. I have been busy. Summertime is summertime, right? So
summertime. Oh, man. We're bringing back the 90s. Or is it late 80s? I don't remember. I think it's the early 90s.
Well, I think it started in like 88, 89, and then it went through to like 92, 93. So I think it was
show, right?
both.
Was that before a show?
Yeah.
Because in West Philadelphia, he was born and raised.
On the playground is where he spent most of his days.
Chilling out, relaxing, all cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Shooting some b-ball, upside down the school.
Yeah, a couple of guys.
Anyway.
Started messing around with him in his neighborhood. You know, he got one little fight.
Mom got scared.
Yep. So he moved him
His
to another place.
In Bel Air.
You should recruit someone who plays an instrument too. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, we've got, a little bit. Oh. I mean, right? What up, TB12's GOAT? Greatest of all time. That is right. Thanks for the $5 donation. I really appreciate it. That's pretty awesome. I am glad you are here.
I only recognize three goats.
Yes.
Michael Jordan.
The one in the backyard.
Babe Ruth.
The one in the backyard.
And Hulk Hogan.
You don't recognize the one in my backyard?
You don't have one in your backyard.
Hey, you didn't have to tell them that.
No. I used to have chickens. I miss the chickens.
That'd be cool. I don't have to recruit anyone to play instruments because I have a family and I have a daughter that plays instruments really well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sings really well, too. She
actually sings really well. Yeah. Like, I lie, I don't sing really well, but she does.
Well, it's only because she sings so well that you feel like you can't sing at all.
My dad sang really well, and she sings really well. It skipped a generation. I feel robbed.
True, you're a liar.
I feel robbed.
You just didn't apply enough of yourself.
I was a really good singer until I went through puberty, and the problem was
all those high notes.
No, check it out. So, story time. So yeah, this is funny. It's actually a true story. This is real.
Whoa.
So
These are real.
5th grade, 6th grade, 7th grade, and part of 8th grade, I was in choir. I did individual competition and group competition, and I was doing very well for myself. In the school I was in, they had these little pins, and we would do individual competition weekly, and you would sing off. I know, this is hilarious. You would have little sing-offs, and you would compete with the other kids, and at the end of the sing-off, whoever won would win the pin for the week. And it was just a little like pin that you could put on your chest or whatever. And I had like an entire like vest with all these like pins, and so I was winning every single week, and I was doing really well. My 5th grade, 6th grade, 7th grade year, I was a great singer. It's in my family's DNA to sing, you know that. But my 8th grade year, my teacher retired, and we got a new music teacher, and she came in and she saw my like vest with all the awards, and she was like, "What is that about?" And I was like, "Oh, we have a competition every week, and we have a sing off, and it's whoever wins gets the pin." And she goes, "Well, you've won enough. You don't need to compete anymore." And I said, "Well, that's not fair.
You retired.
If I'm the best, then I should be able to win, and if I'm not the best, then I'll lose. But I should. It's voted on by everybody." And I was hated, by the way, in middle school. I was like picked on and I didn't have any friends, and I was literally bullied by everybody. So to win was like, seriously, I had to be good. And so we had a competition that week, and she intentionally picked another person and said, you can't have it. It's going to have to be someone else. And I said, I quit you. Like, I quit you. And she was like, you can't quit choir. And I said, I quit choir. I'm not in this class anymore. She's like, you can't do that. I said, I'm done. And I went to the principal's office. Yeah, I did mic drop. I went to the principal's office and said, I'm done with that class. You need to put me in a different class. She was like, what do you want? I said, can I go to shop? She was like, okay. So I stopped choir that day. And so I was like, that's not fair. You can't just tell people that they don't get to qualify anymore for a competition, that they're no longer valid because they're good at something. That's like saying, just because, the Patriots win too much, they don't get to compete in the Super Bowl anymore.
I wish, though.
I know, right? That's stupid. That's just retarded. So anyway, I started doing that. Well, I was a late bloomer. So then my freshman year, the rest of my 8th grade year, I stopped singing. My freshman year, I went through puberty, and the rest is history. I suck at singing now. Yep. Yeah, I suck at singing now.
What happened
to
my voice?
Horrible. So I'm not surprised you're competitive in singing too. Yeah, I know, right, Darth Moore? Yep. So
he's
Waffle Hauser, what is going on? All right. So we've got some people watching. We're gonna hang out. We're gonna let you do story time. Your story time is gonna be kind of funny, sad, maybe a little bit.
Well, depending on how I say it.
Yeah, kind of sad a little bit. Let's tell them just what it's going to be about. We won't tell them the story, but what it's going to be about, because it's kind of crazy.
Okay, so I'm just going to say
what it was.
Terminology here. It was catfishing. Now, you can either take that to a lake or you can take that to the internet. Which one is it?
Interwebs.
I'll let you figure it out.
You got catfished. Okay, we're going to save that to the end because that's going to be a good story. We're going to save that one to the end. He's going to do story time at the end on that for sure.
For reals.
It's
going to happen.
So the way we're going to do it, we're going to hang out with you guys, of course. Everybody, guys and gals who are hanging out with us.
Just start eating chips, and we'll just hang out here.
We get to participate, or you guys get to participate live. I love doing this live with you. We'll read your answers live.
Oh, yeah.
We've got some questions. I'm going to read the question. We're going to go back and forth.
We don't need a rock, paper, scissors for this, do we?
Nah, not really. You know what? Gentlemen's rules, you can go first. How about that? Ooh. And Scott Zilla says, is it Wednesday? My boss is going to be pissed. Nope, it's not Wednesday unless you want it to be.
Tuesday evening.
It's Tuesday kind of evening-ish. It's 6 o'clock our time, 6 o'clock Mountain. But it can be Wednesday in your head if you'd like it to be.
Depending on what side of the world you're on, it could be Wednesday already.
Right? I guess. I don't know. Fishing cat. Sounds funny, not sad. No, catfishing.
Yeah, catfishing. I don't actually fish for
The story
cats.
will be about getting catfish. But anyway, you'll get to go first. But so the way it works is when you're watching, you guys get to answer too. So we'll all answer, us and you. We'll all do it live. It'll be fun. We'll read out the answers that you guys give.
Loud. LOL.
We'll see. I don't know. I just picked random 10 cards because he got debate the internet. I got answer the internet. We're just going through what we have left from our
stack is pretty huge that we went through already.
Yeah, and we'll recycle them at some point, but I'll probably get a whole new deck once we get through them. But we've got about this many, maybe 2 inches left, inch and a half left.
Wow.
So I want to get through them. We were rejecting quite a few of these. We just got to get through them.
And that's right. I thought I read this one already. Well, of course you did when you read it and didn't want it.
And then if you're watching this and it's already been posted, this is not live, and you're just clicking on this and watching it after the fact because you're bored and you're on the bathroom and you're like, what is this and stuff. You can still participate.
Or with or without you, I would say.
That's right. You can still participate. You just go into the comments section. You can type all of your answers down to all of the questions below, and we like to comment after the fact as always. TB12 is Goat says, what's your favorite U2 song?
Yeah, I said with or without you or one.
One.
What about their ballads?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure.
But New Year's Day is really good. We really like New Year's Day.
Yeah, one.
Or Sunday, Bloody Sunday when it comes to like their faster stuff. Yeah.
That's a good one. That's a good one for sure.
Yeah.
Anything that's unifying. Oh,
yeah. I don't really like anything they've done in the last 20 years, but from the early 90s back, pretty good stuff.
All right. So what is your first card on
This is going to be an interesting one.
The internet.
I for one am not a father, but you for one are a father. So
I am.
This is going to be an interesting question.
We got fathers out there, calling all fathers.
Okay. What would you trade a 3-year-old baby for? It's not really.
Are you serious?
That's what it says.
Oh, man.
I know. I didn't pick it.
Dang.
I didn't pick it.
In the day and age of child trafficking.
It's wrong.
This is a horrible question. In fact, I'm
I don't even like dead baby
super
jokes.
proponent to like
Not a
shut
huge
that
fan.
down and really against
say
one.
nothing. I would trade nothing.
What would you trade a 3-year-old baby for?
Yeah, that's gonna be an interesting one to try to come up with a way to get the baby back.
Yeah.
Because yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is a tough one. I'm interested to see what.
It's like trading a baby. Is it your baby?
We got a dozen people watching at this time, which, by the way, for an impromptu live stream to have 12 people out there jump on is amazing.
Yeah.
Because I did not tell anybody we were going to do this. I literally just said, "Hey, get over here, let's do it."
It's
boom,
a
bada,
testament.
bing, bada, boom, boom, and then just they jump on. So that's awesome.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it's a tough
What
one.
would
I'm
we
sorry.
trade a 3-year-old baby for? That is terrible. That's a terrifying question. How can we spin this in a positive light? Because the truth is I would never take a live 3-year-old baby, no matter whose it was.
It doesn't
and
say human,
trade
though.
it.
Doesn't say, well, I guess
It
it's
has to be a
3-year-old.
3-year-old
Yeah, because
baby.
3-year-old animals are not really babies.
Yeah.
Dang it, I was trying really hard there.
It doesn't say whether it's alive or not. Maybe it's a baby that has passed away, and I would trade it for living babies.
Well, if it's a dead baby or whatever,
baby that passed
you
away,
can trade it to like the
medical
whatever, and they can use it.
for like other babies that rescue.
I mean, I don't like the idea of them dissecting a baby, but
Darth Skywalker
already.
says, "Long time no see. What is up, my brother?" Scottzilla says, "I don't want the screenshot." No kidding.
I don't want no scrubs either.
Yeah, I don't want no scrubs. Yeah, no. So,
It's a tough one.
hey, you guys and gals out there,
T-bone
you need to
steak.
help us. You need to help us. What would you
It's like T-bone
trade a 3-year-old baby for? This is a horrible question.
dead baby, okay, a bottle of vodka.
Scottzilla says, "A dead baby, okay, a bottle of vodka."
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, all right, okay.
A bag of cigarettes, a bottle of
terrible,
vodka. It's all
man.
good. I like it.
I would trade. Yeah, it doesn't say live or dead. I would just say if it was dead, I would trade it for some more living babies. I don't know. This is a horrible question. This is literally a horrible question.
That's the reason why it's one of the last ones, and we just randomly picked it.
I know. We were like, this one's terrible, and now it's stuck in our.
There's gonna be a few terrible ones
Yeah.
in today's eyes. I'm sorry. It's just the way it is.
Yeah, that's not a very good one.
That's what had to happen eventually. We needed to mix more of these crappy.
I think what they're looking for is like
$100 million.
something like that, or I want my Corvette that I've never had,
Yeah.
and they're like, really, you would trade a baby for that, and you're like, yeah.
Then I go pick her up with
would.
it, and then I beat the crap out of the guy I traded her to.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but he'd be gone.
Yeah.
And you'd forever have that on your conscience. Okay, Darth Skywalker is, what will you trade the baby to be used for, or what will you trade the baby to receive? Which of those two? It is literally, what would you trade
3-year-old baby
a
for?
3-year-old baby for? So you have a 3-year-old baby in your hands. What would you trade
What's the matter, baby?
3-year-old baby for?
What's the matter, baby? What's the matter with you?
Yeah, what's the matter, baby? What's the matter? What would you trade a 3-year-old baby for? That's word for word.
That's a tough one.
Yeah, that's a tough one.
I mean, T-bone steak. Can I
That's
get it?
terrible.
It's like,
It
can I
doesn't
get it
say
back?
whether it's living or dead. That's why I said if I had to answer this stupid question, I would say hopefully the baby. World peace. Oh my gosh.
Oh, good answer.
Sacrificial lamb.
Good answer.
That is a good answer. Sacrificial lamb.
I guess I just don't believe in
Here's
world
the
peace like I used
3-year-old
to.
baby. World peace.
Yeah.
Racial unity.
Racial unity.
Racial unity.
Yeah.
Because that's never going to happen.
Yeah.
It's never going to happen. Not on this earth. Ever.
Unfortunately.
No.
Not with an attitude like that.
Well, it'll never happen, unfortunately.
Yeah.
It will always be. This is the deal. Evil will always exist. Period. Evil will always exist. We don't want it to exist, right? We want to say that evil won't exist, but it will. So evil will always be around. Because of
you have
that,
to tell me.
there will be evil in the heart of man. There's good men and there's bad men, but there will always be
We
evil in the
have
heart
the
of
ability
man.
to both.
And so there will always be, whether it's 1%, 3%, 5%, there will always be a percentage, a small percentage of men and women who are just evil. And there will be racists who will never let go of that. And they will pass it on
let go.
from generation to generation. They will teach it. No matter what. No matter what we do, we'll never be able to get rid of that ever.
But this modern, anyway, we're not.
No matter how many 3-year-old babies that we trade for racial harmony.
I'm not going to get into any of this.
Oh my gosh, Scott Zilla says 100 Mark V stun guns. And for my new game, I don't have any viewers yet from the new game, but I'm hoping as soon as I start putting videos out on it, I will. I would trade probably a 3-year-old baby for like a level 3 legendary putter. I mean, that's terrible, but I probably would do that.
I would trade her
100 Mark V stun guns.
I'd trade the baby to
That's
get
fully
the baby
crafted.
fed. Because I can't feed a baby. I mean, what if I can't feed a baby?
Oh my gosh, Darth Mar. Oh, the best answer in the world. If you had a 3-year-old baby, you would trade it to someone
to
for
to
have a better life. That's like a mother's answer or a father's answer.
Well,
the only reason why you do give your baby away is if you know that you're not going to be able to provide for that child. A new game? Yes. TB12 is goat. I am playing a new game. It's called Disc Golf Rival. It's like real disc golf, except for it's not
when you hit like a pole. And
but but listen, I used to play disc golf in real life. I used to play the PDGA, real PDGA, and half our courses didn't even have baskets back then, 22 years ago. And so we played against poles. Poles are challenging. Listen, baskets are way wider and are easier to hit in a range. Now, poles are easier because they're a lot more.
So what if you hit the basket but don't put it in the basket? Does that mean it's good?
No, in a basket, you have to go in the basket, but it's wider and the chains catch it. A pole is so much
in that
narrower, it's harder to hit laterally, but it is vertically easier, but laterally harder. So there's give and take.
What would you say to this one, all right? So we had one hanging from a tree. I threw it. It goes into the basket, falls out, and lands on the side of the basket, hanging there.
It counts because it did not come out. It did not fall to the ground.
3 over, folks.
3 over.
3 over.
I would count that because it did not hit. It did not come completely out.
Woo!
It did not come completely
ever.
out. Yeah, but I like
So
disc
happy
golf
with that.
in real life, and this game is a virtual disc golf game. It's super fun.
Virtual.
Really figuring it out. And someone
Throw this
in
card
the
away.
Facebook page,
I'm gonna throw this card away.
he typed a thing. He said, "You need to do this. Play this many games and this many games at this tour and this tour. I promise you, it'll work. You'll always win." And I went, I tried it, and he's right. Oh my gosh, it works. I don't know what it is about it, but it's like a trick on the computer program. And I'm like, dude, I went back to him. I private messaged him on Facebook. And I'm like, delete this. Delete it now. If the programmers find out that you're resetting the tour by playing the previous tour, they're gonna learn that you know how to reset the future tour, and we're gonna lose this. But he's like, you can get his unlimited coin this way. And I'm like, oh my gosh, this works. I got 4 million coin today by doing it. And I've been trying to get over 8 million coin for 2 months, and I haven't been able to do it. I used his method today and got 4 million coin in like an hour. And I've been at 8 million coin for 2 months. And I literally went from 8 million coin over the last 2 months, just sitting there, to 12 million coin in an hour by using his method. So whatever. Anyway, I don't even want to tell people. I'm like, this is the one thing.
Just did.
Yeah, but nobody here plays the game.
They might now.
Nobody.
Now that they get digital coin.
Yeah, but it's for this game. But anyway, I was like, this is genius. But see, that's a patron thing, right? I'm like, oh, a new game. If they want to play it, I can teach the patrons how to do it.
Here's the thing, though.
I'm like, monetization.
In this day and age, with all the digital currency, those coins actually might be worth something.
No. It's a stupid, virtual game.
I can't get change.
But the thing is, when you play the game, you have to throw a game of disc golf. You have to give coin up to play that game. If you run out of coin, you can't play the game anymore. Literally, the game it's like a slot machine. You have to give coin to play the game, and when you win, you gain more coin to play more games. When you lose up the coin you gave up. So it's got virtual coin.
I'll say the one thing that's good about your digital version of the game is the fact that you're not going to lose a disc.
That is true. I've never lost a disc, and I've thrown them out of bounds in the game, which is really fun. You can do, by the way, skips.
Yeah.
You can throw the disc
because it's got a clean ground right there.
You can skip them, which they don't go very far as a skipper, but it's fun.
If you use chips in real life.
You can throw rollers.
Yeah, we do rollers in real life too.
Yeah, but these rollers are
and you can skip in real life if you have chips. Chips are really good for skipping. I got like a a 2 on a skip once.
Okay, this is the stupidest question I found yet, so I want to do it first.
Why do I get the dumb question?
Well, because it's a sports question and you're a sports guy, so
I'm dumb now?
no, but it's just a dumb question and I don't like it. So, but I'm going to give it to you.
Let's do this question.
Yep. Would you rather win a LLWS? I don't even know what that stands for.
I don't even know what that is.
I don't even know what that stands for, dude. Has something
Little
to do
League
with
World Series, yeah. Woo!
Yeah.
Got it.
Little League World Series. Little League
Yep.
World Series. Yeah.
Yep.
Title.
Yep.
Or be a triple A baseball player who never gets called up.
Ooh. I'm going to say
A Little League World title.
Yeah, I'm totally going to go with the Little League World title because not
Win.
too often do the Americans win these things. A lot of the times it's the Japanese teams that win them.
That is true.
And you still have a chance. If you're that good that you won a World Series, you know, with your team got there and you won a World Series as a little leaguer in middle school, I mean, who knows what, you know, you could probably end up in AAA for the rest of your life, but you could also end up in the big leagues.
We lost our team, dude.
Yeah, we lost
Junction.
our home crowd. Yeah, it sucks. You know, I'm glad because I quit drinking, so I don't need those $2 beers anymore.
Oh, stop it, man. At least AAA gets paid. Darth Skywalker.
Not by much though. And
That's
you know
right.
what? Those kids,
Dude, that's
they'll
a
get
living.
endorsements. I'll end up on the Wheaties box, if I hit the game-winning home run. Totally.
No, you won't.
The AAA guy won't. I might.
Yeah, but AAA make like $100,000 a year, man. At least they own a home. They can take care of their family. You're going to be on a Wheaties box? I don't think so.
Right now,
Only
nobody's
one
playing good baseball.
Only one LLWS player is going to be on the Wheaties box, and that ain't going to be you.
Oh, snap. Trying to say I rode the pine the whole time? Oh, he's hurting me
Wait,
emotionally.
hold on. Nope.
No, which one is
There
it?
it is. There it is.
Which one was it?
Ba-dum-bum.
Yeah.
Yeah, Darth Skywalker says Little League World Series would be cool for less than a year.
Yeah, but I mean, I sucked at Little League, all right? So this would be really cool for me because I didn't expect to get any further anyway. So,
Yeah.
And my brother was a really good baseball player and never went past
We have the Junior College
That's-
World Series in Grand Junction, Colorado. We've had it for like 60 years. The Junior College World Series for like 60 plus years. It's been amazing. It's really awesome.
He was the best player on his junior college team, and then he said, "Heck with baseball, I'm going to go."
That's super fun. It got canceled this year because of the Rona.
The Rona.
The Rona.
I saw baseball yesterday, and there's nobody in the stands at Wrigley Field. It was the weirdest thing.
That is weird.
Ever. Of course, they lost because they have like 4 prep games, exhibition games before they start playing. 60 games. I mean, is it going to get canceled because the Rona? Is it going to Rona the crap out of this?
It's going to be weird. They need to do like virtual clapping and stuff from the thing, but you're up next.
You're
All
up. Okay, let's hope this one's not about babies, huh?
Let's hope it's not about selling babies.
Okay, this one's about
trading
sports. So we went from sports to sports, all
Okay,
right?
all
And
right.
you do at least like football, so you understand this positioning. All right, so if you could start a football team with any fictional quarterback, who would it be?
All right.
Fictional.
Before you go there, Darth Mar says world title no matter the league because it's a freaking world competition.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, who doesn't want to be the best in the world?
It's not the best in your state, even though you are the best in your state,
is good.
because that's why you're there.
Right. Now give me the question.
Okay.
I just wanted to read his thing because
I actually have an answer, but I can't remember the guy's name, but I know who played him.
Okay.
So if you could start a football team with any fictional quarterback, who would it be? Fictional quarterback. Fake. Fiction.
Fiction can be fun.
Yeah, so there's this movie I watched somewhat recently with
What's the
Robin
one
Williams.
what's the one where it had Adam Sandler and it
Waterboy.
No. And he was in prison.
And
there was
Longest Yard.
Yeah, the Longest Yard. What was the quarterback from the Longest Yard?
I don't know. It was Burt Reynolds originally, and I would totally pick him over Adam Sandler.
But it was the Longest Yard remake with Adam Sandler, and there was a quarterback that
Wasn't it Adam Sandler, the quarterback?
No,
I'm pretty sure he was, because he was playing the character that Burt Reynolds played in the original, and Burt Reynolds came back and played an old man or whatever.
That's true.
So I'm pretty sure it was Adam Sandler. So Burt Reynolds from Longest
I
Yard.
wouldn't want Adam Sandler.
Yeah,
that's my.
Burt Reynolds from Longest Yard.
Yeah, he was. Waffle Houser says he was. No.
Yeah. And then there was
a different player in that movie that I would want.
Oh,
I think it was the wide receiver.
What Mark?
I'm
Michael
just terrible
Irvin?
with names. Michael Irving.
Yeah.
Yes, Michael Irving. Yes.
He's not a quarterback.
No. But does it say? It just
Yes,
says if you
it
could
says
start.
fictional quarterback.
Oh, fictional quarterback.
You have to pick a quarterback.
I'll fine. I'll pick Adam Sandler.
Ouch.
Yeah, Adam
So there's
Sandler.
this
Darth
movie.
Maul.
I can't remember the name of the movie, but it has Robin Williams and Kurt Russell in it, and they're like has-beens from their high school, and they always get beat by this other team for years. And he broke, like, the high school quarterback was played by Kurt Russell, and he broke like his leg or something, and he never played baseball again or football again. He ended up being in a garage greaser, and then the nerd who was played by Robin Williams found a way to get this whole thing so they could all come back like 15 years later after high school and play that game again. And then, you know, they played it, and Kurt Russell was pretty awesome in the movie. Blew his leg out again, threw the pass.
Yeah.
You know, Robin Williams caught it. They won. It was a great movie. I was like, why did I not see this movie before? It was a 1985, 86 movie or whatever, but totally him or, you know, Burt Reynolds. Because I can't think of a whole lot of fictional quarterbacks off the top of my head.
Well, there's been a couple of
there's
ones.
Keanu Reeves, right? From that Any Given Sunday.
Oh, yeah. Yep, that's a good one.
Was he good? I don't remember. I didn't watch the movie.
Trying to think of the other movie where they're like screaming at the kids to, you know, where he's like gets the kid on the other kid's back and he's like, go, go, go. And he's like, but
is it a kid movie?
No, it's like a
The Cali Kid? That's what he says. I don't know.
The Cali Kid. No.
Oh yeah, then there's Remember the Titans? Isn't that based on real life though? Remember the Titans? I'm pretty sure that one was a true story.
No, this one was like
Then there's that Leatherheads one with George Clooney. I think he played the quarterback.
Leatherheads.
Something like that. It was a
The
comedy.
Little
about...
Giants would rock.
Oh yeah. I mean, if this is fictional hockey, we're totally taking like
Fiction
the
can
Mighty
be
Ducks
fun.
or something.
The Replacements. Okay, there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that'd be fun.
So many movies, so little time.
Some Ron and Lizelle.
I'll take the Wild Thing from
Wild
Major
Thing.
League. I mean, he had a pretty good fastball. Maybe you could throw for a quarterback. Who knows? I really wanted to get those glasses.
He wasn't a quarterback.
He was. I know, but he was a pitcher. Pitchers and quarterbacks usually it's very similar.
It's not the answer to the question.
No, it's not. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson did play football.
Oh, yep. He was in the game plan.
Yeah, forgot about that.
Oh, that would be awesome. Darth Skywalker, I like that answer. I'm telling you.
He was a lineman for the U.
Oh,
Yeah,
so what's the
back in
movie?
the day.
What was the movie where Adam Sandler had the
Hurricanes.
remote
Remote control,
control?
something like that.
Was that what was
There was
that?
a TV show called Remote Control.
No, it was. He had a remote control. Remember, and he like could
Yeah.
pause his life and stuff. And
Christopher Walken in it.
Christopher Walken. Yeah, and he could like fast forward and stuff. Click, click.
what it
Waffle
was.
Houser, Waffle Houser. You got it. Click. So okay, so your life is click. Yeah, Simran in Lazelia says click. That's click. So this one, answer the internet. It's basically that is your question.
Oh, crap.
Would you rather have a rewind button or a pause button for your life?
Man. So I used to like to go back in time a lot in my head, which caused me to sputter and do nothing. So I don't want a rewind button because, I mean, yeah, you can change those things if you want, I suppose. But, I mean, it's just kind of like weird and you're playing God. A pause button, on the other hand, can make situations. So ever seen the movie Big Fish with Ewan McGregor? Remember where he met the love of his life and how everything just slowed down around him? And the problem with it, all of a sudden everything speeds up once it finally catches up.
Right.
So I kind of worry about that if I push the pause button. You know, it might be one of those situations. But I'd like to have that kind of like, I want to capture this moment, not just on the camera, but like in real life. Like,
Well, the other thing is how many times do we mess up a situation just because we just don't process that moment in time correctly? We react harshly. We respond out of anger or out of frustration, or, you know, we say something that we regret, whatever.
no regrets.
Yeah, no regrets. And so if we could just pause, like beep, and then just think
about it. Yeah.
Just think for a second.
When people like to press send
Process.
and they have time to send, they like to just press
And
send.
then also it would be kind of cool is if it was like a real jerk, you could pause it, punch him in the face a few times, and then unpause it.
like it was what was that David Hasselhoff that he beat the crap out of? Just oh man, my face hurts for some reason.
Yeah, that would be hilarious. By the way, Ray Rock says, greetings, everybody. TB12 is Goat says, I feel like this COVID lockdown's definitely a pause button for a lot of us. It feels that way for sure. Darth Skywalker says, think how much knowledge you could acquire while the world was paused.
That's true, you know.
Totally. You could run around indefinitely because it's indefinite amount of time, which is what Darth Skywalker says. It's infinite time, honestly.
Yeah.
Ray Rock says, reacting out of rage against the machine. Good pause.
I mean, I could use my mental powers and make everybody stop because I have telepathy, you know.
Pixel Storm says pause is stupid because at pause, everything is frozen in time and you would pause also. So no thinking, nothing, everything would stop. So I'm not thinking like that. I'm not thinking like that. I'm thinking, I'm thinking that you could, just like in the movie Click, it would control everything but you. So that's my interpretation of it. But your interpretation is it would pause you as well.
Which would be pointless. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just pause everything.
But I don't.
Because how are you going to unpause it? You're stuck.
Yeah. If you're stuck, you could never unpause. You'd just be paused infinitely.
Pause everybody for no reason.
Forever.
That'd be so weird. Why would you want to do that?
That's true. That would be really stupid if that's how it worked, but I don't see it. That's how it works. How many times have you said there just aren't enough hours in a day?
There just aren't enough
You can fix that with a pause button. You could just pause it, do the dishes. You're like, I do not want to do the dishes. Okay, fine. Click pause.
Yeah, pause works just as good as rewind, really. In the short term. I mean, obviously in the long term, rewind would work, but that'd be a heck of a rewind if you want to. Oh, yeah, remember when I was 12 and I really did this? All of a sudden, you're like this 30-some-year-old guy walking up to like a 12-year-old. Remember when you used to pick on me? Yeah, that's right. Let's go back.
I don't know. Rewind would just be too. I think it would be too much power.
Yeah, that's what I'm
But
thinking
also,
too.
I think you'd probably regret going backwards too.
Yeah, see, Professor X.
Yep.
Except for he's talking to Wolverine somehow.
It would be like Professor X stopping time while talking to Logan at the airport.
Yeah, at the end of the Wolverine. Mm-hmm. He did it also in, what was it, X2, when they were at the museum. Yeah, good times. Anyway.
But I can see why Pixel Storm would think that, because, I mean, honestly, it doesn't define. But, I mean, I think it would have to affect everything but you, because otherwise you wouldn't be able to utilize it.
You said
you were paused.
But you.
Yeah, but you. You'd have to be able to utilize pause yourself. So it would have to pause everything but you. Okay.
I mean, it's your button.
It's your button.
You get to do what you want.
Okay. What's your third one?
Oh man, you might know this better than I would. I don't know. Which blogger do you want to have your back in a bar fight? And which blogger do you want as your wingman?
All right.
Bloggers.
Pixel really quick just said rewind would be good because then you could go back and change things. So I just wanted to kick that out there. If you mess something up, you could go back and change things. All right. You said which blogger do you want to have your back in a bar fight?
Yeah.
And which blogger do you want as your wingman? So that you'd have to know two bloggers.
Yeah, I don't know one
you'd
blogger.
Want one as a fighter and a blogger as a wingman. Okay. Well, first off, if I was going to have a blogger for me in a bar fight, it would be
that guy.
No.
Joe Rogan?
Yeah, Joe Rogan.
Woo!
Of course, Joe Rogan. Yeah, of course. Well, he's one of the
he's a podcaster. Is he a blogger too?
Yeah, but that's blogging in my opinion. Okay. That's as good as it gets. Plus, of course, he knows how to fight, man. And I'd want him as my wingman, but if I couldn't have him, I'd have his radio his sound
easier.
guy. Yeah, his sound guy. So change the question to YouTubers instead.
Yeah.
Okay, so which YouTubers would you want to have your back in a bar fight, and which one would you want to have as a wingman?
You want Trey Kennedy as a wingman.
Yeah, I would have Trey Kennedy as a wingman, and then someone to have my back in a bar fight.
Joe Rogan is a bar fight. Yeah.
Totally. Joe Rogan totally in a bar fight. I'd have Joe Rogan definitely to have my back in a bar fight. That guy knows how to grapple. And if I had to do Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes YouTubers, I definitely wouldn't have Cubs on either one of these.
Would you talk like
he would get us in a bar fight, and then he would run and not be. Yeah, I think. I don't think he'd make a very good wingman. I would say. That's a difficult one. If I had to do Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes,
how about characters from Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes?
Well, they're not bloggers though. They're like
I don't care.
I'm just thinking YouTubers.
I don't care anymore. We're just going to change this question over and over and over.
I'd say Arnold would be. He'd be a pretty fun wingman because he's just kind of like a wild and crazy guy. So he'd be kind
wild and crazy guy.
He'd be a pretty fun wingman. And mobile gamer, he'd be a really awesome wingman, but he'd be better at having my back in a bar fight because
the guy that you had here on your
that's mobile gamer.
The mobile gamer. Okay.
Yeah, he visited. Mobile gamers. I would trust that he could handle his own.
That was back when you were in Whitewater.
I think he could protect himself. Out of all the guys I've met, I think he, could handle his own in a fight.
You spent time with him in California, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah. But I think that Arnold would be a fun wingman. He was a fun wingman. I've hung out with both him and Mobile Gamer. I think the two of them would be great. Evan, actually, screw that. I would have Evan totally be my bar fight wingman if I had to pick Star Wars Galaxy Heroes, although he doesn't YouTube anymore, I don't think.
Ouch.
So, yeah, I don't think he does anymore.
I don't know. I know nothing.
Darth Skywalker says Cubs would be the worst. Yeah, I know. He'd get us in a fight. Yeah. He'd be like, "You hurt my feelings," and then he would post on Twitter. He'd post on Twitter a picture about how he got his feelings hurt.
Would he talk in that voice on YouTube, or would he talk in his normal voice?
I don't know. I like Cubs. I thought he was a good guy, but then I went to Twitter and I found out I got banned by him. I was like, "Wow, I must have hurt his feelings." I don't know why I got under his skin. I had no idea, but apparently I hurt his feelings.
You're a big jerkhead.
Yeah.
Well, I think you sort of answered that question.
Yeah.
Better than I ever could. Because I don't really know any bloggers. I barely know YouTubers off the top of my head. I'm grateful that they have old baseball and football games on there. Yeah, I didn't get to watch any sports during this time, so I'm like, I'm just going to watch some 1981 Bears game. Why not? I kind of know the outcome. Might as well watch it.
So who would you, and just in life, who would you want to have your back in a bar fight, and who would you want to have your back as a wingman?
Okay.
Someone famous. Let's just change it to
someone
famous people.
Now.
Yeah.
Man.
We're really screwing this question up.
I
would still go with Joe Rogan if I had to choose someone to have my back in a bar fight. And as a wingman, I would choose, Mobile Gamer probably. The dude's awesome.
Yeah.
I enjoy Mobile Gamer personally. He's super fun to hang out with. He's a straight-laced, really comical dude in person, fun to hang out with. He's like mature. So he's not like a totally immature dude like a lot of the other guys I've met in real life. He's actually like a mature guy.
I'm going to go wrestling here. I'm going to say Brock Lesnar as my, guy that's got my back.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to go
I've met him. He's a nice guy.
I'm going to go with, because he can be a nice guy, but he can also kick your butt.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to go with Dwayne Johnson as my wingman. The Rock. We're both kind of, bald and use the eyebrow, so.
Ray Rock says Seth Rogen. Different Rogan.
T1000.
And then a T100. Pixel Storm says T100. That's
Chuck Norris all the time. For
Darth
everything.
Marr, Chuck Norris all
for the win.
Yeah. To the window.
To the wall. I don't know. I mean, Chuck Norris is pretty awesome, even at he's pushing 80, I think.
Yeah, he could use that verbal judo to get you out of a hostile situation, and then use real judo if he needed to get to fix the situation. Although he was never really about judo, honestly.
Maybe
Chuck Norris is all about karate.
Maybe I get Bruce Campbell as my wingman. Bruce Campbell's a pretty neat guy.
All right, this one's pretty good. Pixel Storm, Han shot first regarding Star Wars Galaxy Hero.
Yeah, maybe I just
until he changed
a young Harrison Ford as my wingman.
Harrison Ford would be cool. I think Harrison Ford's cool. I like Han Solo.
He just be pointing at people
the
and being an angry old man.
He's one of my favorite characters.
Yeah, he's much better when he was a younger version. I don't know, man. Ever since he got old, Harrison Ford just been.
It's one of my favorite movies. Is the Han movie? I love it.
Yeah, I have maybe one thing that I would change about it. Otherwise, I'm pretty solid with that movie too. It just seems like nobody liked it though, which was really weird. It's like when Han met Chewie, right? They should have just changed the name, I guess, or something.
To when Han met Chewie.
Yeah. I mean, I really want to see if they do a Darth Vader TV show. I think that'll be interesting if they ever come around to that.
Yeah. That artwork is just like creeping me out.
Yeah.
There's like a thing inside of it staring at me.
Oh, no, I see the demon. I see it.
It's like a demon staring at me.
Well, you just don't know what that kind of work, You're not
hold on. Let me show the people what I'm like looking.
This is your wife's work.
I know.
Oh, can I wear these?
They're sweaty.
Oh, yeah. Hear my voice.
There's like a demon. Can you see the demon? 2 eyes. Like there's an eye. There's an eye. There's a nose. I mean, like,
yeah,
he's like sitting there grinning at me over here on the wall, like coming for ya.
I'm gonna get you.
Anyway, it's a pretty cool piece.
Yeah. You have really sweaty ears.
Well, it's not just sweaty ears.
Oh,
It's kind of a sweaty room.
Hey, I was really sweaty on the way here. Now I am perfectly fine.
Yeah. Okay. Off to the next question.
Yeah, might as well.
If Star Wars, then HK-47 and R2-D2, best droids in the Star Wars universe. Hey, there you go.
How about Mando?
Yeah, that'd be cool.
And then Baby Yoda is my wingman. How about that?
Okay, so off to the question number 3, number trace. If you were a professional athlete, okay, you're about to hit the peak of your career.
Peak.
Okay, by the way, what would you be if you were a professional athlete?
Professional athlete, baseball player.
Okay, so you're a professional baseball player.
Yeah.
You're at the peak of your, there's no Rona.
Yeah.
And you're at the peak of your career.
Yeah.
I mean, you're slaying it.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden you hit the Powerball for 100 million.
Whoo.
100 million. Would you keep playing or just take your winnings and retire?
I would keep playing, and I would take my winnings, and I would put them in the best charity I could come up with at the time.
You would just keep playing.
Yeah, because if I'm in the prime of my career, you can play for 20 years in baseball. The prime of my career, I mean, who knows what kind of numbers I'll put up or what I could win.
But you're just going to donate the money then?
Yeah, because I'm making probably $100,000 or something.
So 300,000.
I mean,
or 300 million.
Whatever. You know what I mean? Like a game or something.
Oh my gosh.
I don't even know. I'm making millions of dollars at this. And then if I do a good enough job as a player, then I'm making millions of dollars afterwards.
Waffle Houser's making fun of me. He's like, dude, 100 million's nothing. Okay, so a half $500 million. I don't care. Make it something crazy. Make
I'm
it
just
something
saying,
insane.
like, I'm already...
You wouldn't quit. That's the bottom line.
With these contracts that they have, and I'm in the prime of my career, and I can play 20 years in baseball, and I can retire, and then I can just make money based on, my retirement, being a good player, and then go to Hall of Fame, and then I make real serious money signing crap.
Yeah.
As opposed to quitting at my prime because I made some money.
Grande Verga, what is up, brother?
And there's
he
less
says put it in the
worry.
banks and give interest to charity. There you
That
go.
might be a good idea too. But I'd be giving
a lot of money.
I'd be giving it to charity because it'd make me look, better, I suppose, PR. But at the same time, I do want to keep playing because it's baseball and there's not a lot of head injuries in baseball. And I'm in my prime. I could put up some seriously good numbers. I could win a World Series or 2 or something. Who knows?
I'm just at that point where I'm just like, how much is enough and when's enough and what's family life like? I mean, if you're in the prime of your career, I mean, the careers require sacrifice to family, and I'm a family man.
I have a family, so
that's true. So it is a different answer for you than it would be me, because for me, I have a family. And it would be a significant sacrifice to be in the prime of my life right now.
Yeah, you can just put that money away and with interest.
And I'd be like, listen, I'm done. I'm going to spend the rest of my life with my fam. Yeah. I'm out. And I would take the money and run. But I do get it. Pixel Storm says, what about the passion, yo? You know what I mean? Like, I get it.
I mean, yeah, I get my passion's dying off in the middle of my prime. And maybe
better get started. Darth Mar, if you can choose to keep the cash and still keep playing, that's easy. Play more. But for me, it wouldn't be. I mean, if I won, let's say it was like, $500 million or $300 million, like there for me, even if I was in the prime, you could quit in the prime, be like, go out on top, have all the money you need in the world, and be able to just literally go and spend the rest of your life with your family without having to sacrifice any more time.
If it was football, because considering like what it's certain positions.
Well, football I love, but I mean, they all going to turn into vegetables in like 30 years.
In your prime, you make that much money, sure, because you're still probably done well enough at that.
They all have like 73% have traumatic brain injuries when they're older.
But baseball's not quite like that, is it?
Nope,
and you can play for 20 years. You can play for 25 years if you're a pitcher.
Just depends on what you're a professional at. If you're like shuffleboard, I guess it would.
It's a professional shot. I mean, if you're not making a lot of money, what your professional sport is.
You know what I mean? I don't know. I don't know what sport I would do, but I just know if you're a professional athlete in the prime, if you're a family man, you're not seeing your family. Seriously, you have to, a lot of times where you have your house and your kids and your wife and all of that or whatever, a lot of times you have to go. somewhere else. A lot of times they have multiple houses, and they try to live a lot of times where they have to train, but sometimes they get traded, and then they'll leave their home and their family where they lived because it's like too much for the family. I mean, Kobe Bryant, listen, Kobe dude had a helicopter because it took so long for his family to get around. He never saw his family. So he literally bought a helicopter to try to reduce the amount of time, and he still hardly ever saw his family. And he was so committed to his family, but he rarely ever saw his family. That was one of the biggest complaints he had, and he was in his prime. And then, of course, he died because of a helicopter crash, and that was a tragedy. But it was because he was trying to cut corners because of time. And so my point is that
enough time.
Right.
Let's put that pause button.
You could go out on top
Yeah.
and trade your time and no longer have to trade time for money anymore. But I get your point. If you don't have a family,
Right.
you just keep playing.
Yeah.
So who cares about the money? You just keep playing. And I get.
And I might play for one team, so
Pixel
we would
Storm
just set
with
up
the passion.
shop,
You know what I mean?
Because people aren't really, they're all about the money and go where the money's at, when it comes to baseball. So I would be more, into the idea of staying with my team. That way my family doesn't have to move. I can see them most of the time.
Yeah.
And then we don't have to worry about it, And then we'll have good amount of money from me playing. And, yes, I'll probably take a couple pay cuts to stay with my home team or whatever, but who cares?
Yeah. I'd want to be, honestly, I'd want to be a professional UFC fighter, but I would have had to have started back when I was like 18. But the honest to God truth, if I was in my prime as a UFC fighter, I would want to take the money and run. And this is why. Like, you get destroyed every fight if you're really giving your all.
Exactly.
And
boxing's the same way.
Yeah. And you're one fight away from being crippled.
Yeah.
Dude,
you're doing it for money more than you're doing it for the love of the sport. I mean, with baseball,
I can't tell you how many fighters I watched that they literally break their leg, and all of a sudden they're just never the same.
Baseball is very much a team sport, so you're there for the guys. It's kind of like you're going to war with each other, but it's not as physical, I suppose. It's grueling because you're out in the heat and everything, but it's also, you've got this family of people you play with, and it is like more of a fun pastime than it's not. I mean, there's things it could kill you. You could get a line drive off your face and it could kill you. This could happen, but it is like a 1 in a million chance.
I have a fake tooth because of it. Third base.
These kind of things happen. You can run into somebody if you guys aren't talking, out in the outfield, and just bam,
I actually put my
happen.
thing up and caught it, but it just was so hard. It like, oh.
I mean, if I was a professional ping pong player, it might be a different question.
All right, you're up.
Okay. So
yeah,
Asia.
That was cool. Anyway.
All right. So if you could wipe one group off the face of the earth, one group of people off the face of the earth, who would it be? Now, this is a horrible question.
Well, listen, I'm glad that we don't have Sure Shot here right now. He'd list like 16 different groups of people.
Yeah, he'd be like, Antifa.
I know. He would totally go political, right? He would. So I don't know if you could wipe one group of people off the face of the earth.
One group.
Pixel Store. Oh my God, skip the question. No, you don't even have to be political. I would just say
you could go anywhere with this.
Yeah, I would say
Packer fans,
One group. This is really hard because it would be very easy to say white people who have hatred in their heart off the face of the earth, but then everyone would be gone.
How about this?
That would be me too.
How about this?
I'd be gone. So would everybody.
How about this? Christians, because we've been raptured. Get it?
If you could wipe every group of people off the face of the earth, yeah.
Christians, boom, gone. Rapture.
It would be difficult. I guess the only way you could ever have racial harmony would be to pick someone who, just say everyone with racism in their heart. But the thing is there are so many different problems in life that racism is one of many.
Yeah.
It's not, you have to decide, is that the worst one? I mean, you could say, people that murder other people, or you could say, willingly murder other people, or wipe
Murderers.
those people off. Or you could, at this point, we're just judging. Now we're going to say, are people who, rape little kids, or, you know what I mean? Like, it just doesn't matter. There's just so many, I don't know.
I don't really want to wipe anybody off the face of the earth because I like diversity. because that's what makes the earth what it is.
I think this question sets you up to be a tyrant.
Yeah.
It literally, Darth Maul says tyrants, but it literally wipes you up.
You know who wanted to do this? Adolf Hitler.
Yeah, so did others. Mao.
Yeah, Chairman Mao.
Yeah, there's a bunch of people who decided a group of people shouldn't be here anymore.
They're less than perfect.
And I'm going to get rid of this
Must
group of
destroy.
people.
Are they can do this?
And they got to decide this question and got to do this before, and they got to do this. And this is a horrible question. Honestly, it's a horrible question.
Awful question. I knew this was coming because I saw it. I'm like, oh man.
Yep, Stalin.
Terrible question.
100 million people died.
Yeah, I don't really want to wipe anybody off the face of the earth. I mean, sorry.
But Darth Maul's got it right. If you could wipe one group off, it would be actual legit
tyrants
in their mind, tyrants. People who want to wipe other people off the face of the earth.
The people that like this question.
yeah.
Wipe those people off.
Yeah, the people who actually. Holy crap! Wow,
it just jumped.
That jumped off like a rabbit. Holy crap! Oli, I'll put that over here.
Holy!
Did you see that? Oh my god!
It just jumped at you
like a raccoon.
Yeah, just
getting scared in the middle of the night. Oh my gosh! You guys see that? Like, like
we need to make that an image.
I know.
Or a GIF.
Somebody should like rewind that and catch the very moment that like jumped off. Like.
Yeah,
that was horrible.
You know, randomly just take half the population because you're in love with death. I mean,
I know.
Weird.
Right? Yeah, that was crazy.
But you know what? The way they changed it up from the comic books is he was just in love with death in the comic books. This one, he was like, well, I have an idea, because it's going to have harmony in the long run. Like, so it almost made sense what he was doing, especially if you're sick and tired of the Marvel Universe. You're just kind of going, sure, go right ahead.
Let's see who he gets rid of.
Exactly.
Maybe he'll get rid of some of the annoying characters.
That's what's funny. Like, really, at that point in the movies, I was going, do what you want to do, Thanos.
I know. I was actually a little bit. That's hilarious.
And then when it happened, people were flipping out. I'm like, dude, they're not dead. Come on.
Ray Rock. That was some cat-like reflexes, warrior.
Yeah, right.
And Pixel Storm. Pause button.
Yeah.
I know. I was like,
just all of a sudden.
I looked a bit developmental, but it's okay, you guys. It's okay. I probably am. So
we all developed.
According to my
mentally.
wife.
Yeah, she just texted me, by the way.
Yeah, what'd she say?
She says that she's heading out. Yeah, so if you want to stay at home and play games, it's cool, but she's going to be at church.
Yeah, all right. Yeah, because my daughter's singing.
Yeah, and I'd like to go.
Yeah, well, but she's singing for the high schoolers.
Yeah, still.
So, that is what it is.
I know like 5 of them. It wouldn't be so weird.
Wow. Why are you hanging with them, dude?
Yeah, because they show up at our young adult thing.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Weird. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just messing with you.
Oh, anyway. The story time is weird.
Yeah, story time will be weird. By the way, catfishing, that's the story for the story time. He's going to be telling it.
So you get in like the really short, like the shallow waters, and you just put your arms down, right?
No, that's not the story. That's not the story. Okay. Yeah. Hopefully, my microphone doesn't fly off again. I think my foot accidentally
hit the cord.
And it just jerked it off or something. I don't know. Wow.
I'm tired.
Oh man, it's been one of those days. Yeah.
Anyway,
my foot.
Why are you jerking me around there, Mike?
My foot. It's been one of those days. Oh man, it's one of those. You
haven't been
videos. I haven't done
huffing
this
epoxy all day like I have. Man,
nope. All right,
we wear a mask though.
Yep. Okay. Question number 4: would you rather every time you meet someone, you have to tell them you got a degree online from the University of Phoenix, then say, "I am Phoenix," or change your name to Oliver and not be able to use a nickname?
Oh, you can't call yourself Ollie?
Nope. You gotta tell everyone, "Hi, my name is Oliver." I don't know. That's kind of disrespectful to Olivers out there because that's kind of a cool name.
My friend's got a child named Oliver. He's
Sure Shot. I know exactly how you feel. What's up, Sure Shot? Hey, you're here. Did you see me totally and completely biff it with the mic, and the mic totally jumped out like a raccoon and hit me in the friggin' chest? Did you see that, Sure Shot? That was nuts,
how's
man.
Illinois?
Yeah, how's the Illinois? So yeah, would you rather every time you meet someone have to tell them, "I got a university a Phoenix degree.
Phoenix.
I am Phoenix.
I am Phoenix.
I am Phoenix.
Hey, I went
Or
there.
say I'm Oliver, and you can't change the nickname.
I'm going to go with Oliver.
Yeah,
Why
me
not?
too. I'd go with
Yeah.
Oliver. Just missed it.
You didn't
Oh,
miss
man.
anything.
You got to go backwards, sure shot afterwards and watch it. The
one of our
microphone
questions.
totally attacks me. My microphone attacks me like a rabid rabbit.
Yeah, it was really crazy.
Mauls me
Jumped
nearly
right
to death. It jumps off the table, and I had cat-like reflexes.
I feel like if my name's Oliver, everybody would have to say my name in a British accent. You know?
Yeah, Mr. Butters, aka Mr. Butlers, Mr. Butters.
Butlers.
Yeah, I know. Mr. Butters says, I'd rather be named Oliver. Me too. I think it would be much easier than saying, I got a degree at the University of Phoenix. I am Phoenix every time. That's just too much. It's too much to remember. I feel like that's a lot.
It's a lot to remember. It's a lot to chew on.
Pixel Storm says he's watching from Germany, so he has no idea about that. So what it is we have a University of Phoenix, which is like an online study course program where you can go online and study at the University of Phoenix online. And their like slogan, their like thing is like, I am Phoenix. It's kind of like they're like, whatever. They're like,
It's
slogan.
online schooling. It's
But
what
it's-
we're all going to be doing soon. So what is
Yeah.
the problem with it?
Well, not
I
anymore.
am
It
Phoenix.
won't be, but
You can do online though.
Oliver with a twist.
Yeah.
Gonna do
Oliver
very good.
twist.
But anyway, University of Phoenix, maybe 10 years ago, was actually kind of a joke because it was really considered a pathetic, at the time, 10 years ago, was considered kind of the pathetic way of getting a degree. It was like the easy way out of getting any kind of an education, and most people didn't even really consider it really a very good degree. It wasn't really considered like a real degree.
Yeah.
But now, I mean, it actually would just blend right in
Yeah.
with what's going down.
Yeah.
So it just doesn't have the impact that it used
Not
to
as
have.
funny.
Yeah, it's not as funny. 10 years ago,
Oliver's
this-
not a bad name, so I don't know what the big deal is.
Yeah, I think
Whatever.
it's kind of cool.
It's
It reminds me of
old-fashioned maybe,
reminds
but
me of a
whatever.
dog.
Yeah.
I think I've seen too many movies where the dog's name was Oliver.
Oliver. Well, there was a cat named Oliver.
Oliver, come here.
And Oliver and Company. There was that.
Mr. Butter says, "What is it? Was it accredited college at the time? It was actually, but it just didn't have the reputation that it deserved, and so people really looked down upon it nationwide. They were like, "No, University of Phoenix, huh?" So that's why they're asking the question, because who would want to like say that at the time? Now, right now, you could say, "Yeah, I'm at the University of Phoenix," and people would be like, "Oh, cool,"
Yeah,
and they
who
wouldn't
cares?
even. Nobody would care. Nobody would even bat an eye. But
I lived down the street from it back when I was in
but
college.
10 years ago, they would have been like, really? Oh, okay.
And I don't even
Oh,
remember it being a big thing 10 years ago either.
Okay,
really.
tell me when you were out of preschool, but you know what I mean? Anyway, so
What a joke.
Pixel says, so if I get an online grade from Phoenix and call myself Oliver, there'd be a chance. So you're telling me there's a chance.
I didn't realize this chair's weak.
Teachers get master's degree there to get pay raises. That's hilarious, but that is true. It is an easy way to get a master's degree is the University of Phoenix. They make it a very easy path for a master's degree.
Path. It's a path. You know, Pathfinder.
I don't think Oliver's a bad. I think they might have gone with that. It's just the other one's too wordy. With the University
Well,
of Phoenix.
I'd rather
I
be
am
called
Phoenix.
Oliver than Ollie, personally.
Yeah.
But whatever. Anyway, so here's my last question. And yes, it's another kind of sports question. I actually have a great answer for this one.
All right.
All right. If you could party with one sports team from history, who would it be?
Okay. I would party with the Bears football team from the 80s.
85 Bears. Yeah,
Yes.
that's my answer too.
Are you serious?
Yes.
Dang. Totally wouldn't have not.
How would you not get that? I'm from Illinois.
Well, William Perry,
Yeah,
the
the
refrigerator.
fridge.
I would want to be able to party with
I
him.
want to party with Jim McMahon. That man's
that-
blind in one eye, and he won a Super Bowl.
Yeah, totally. But William Perry, the refrigerator, I would want to be able to party with him for
Oh,
sure.
Chicago Bulls, probably the Chicago Bulls of 1990 and 91 early when they first won the championship. I don't think they won in 89. It was 90.
Oh, look at this. Look at the Chicago Bulls. Chicago.
Well, the Cubs
yeah.
from 2016, that would have been cool too.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah. So any of those three teams.
Detroit
Bad boys.
Pistons. Bad
I don't
boys.
like Isaiah Thomas very much. Sorry. And Bill Laimbeer can suck it, too.
1918 Cubs. Sure shot. Oh,
man.
Sure shots going
You
back
would
in
go
time.
back there.
I know.
And big old mustaches. Yeah,
Oh.
why not? Man. Well, I can't believe he won. Roaring 20s are going to be great.
With the puffy
Yeah.
leggings.
Oh, I love it. Yeah.
Leggings, my stuffings. Aldery says, hi, Warrior and Artisan. Hope all is well. It is. What is up,
Well
Aldery?
enough.
Yep, 473. How are you, Aldry? Yeah,
8,
so
6, 7,
what
5.
other
Ooh,
teams
the 27,
would you...
the 27 Yankees.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got Lou Gehrig, you got Babe Ruth. I mean, Whitey Ford.
97, 98, which would actually be the 98 and 99 Broncos wins in the Super Bowl.
Yeah,
But
back-to-back.
97, 98. But then, of course, like I said, the Super Bowl of 98 and 99 was the 2 years that we won the Super Bowl. Super fun.
First 2 years,
Fun
yeah.
fact, that 99 Super Bowl was the year that we had the only riot that we've ever had in Grand Junction, Colorado.
Really?
And I was a part of that. And actually, it was a friend of mine who started that riot.
Because they won?
Yes, we were on North Avenue and he was shooting fireworks at cars.
Is this
and
somebody I
hit
know?
a guy's car who he did not like, and the guy pulled over in the middle of the street and jumped out and started a fight with him. And then this big brawl ensued and a big riot started, and it made the papers and everything. But anyway, the cops had to come out and they brought the fire truck out. And they had to like spray everybody with this massive hose, and it was a huge, turned into on 12th and North, a big old riot. It's in the papers. I'll show you. It was the only riot Junction's ever had.
Do I
but it
know
was
this person that started?
He was on my show 6 weeks ago. He started the riot of 99 in Junction.
Huh.
Damon
He
O.
would
He
not.
literally
He would
started
not
the riot
be
of
the guy
99.
that I would think you would said.
I know. He literally started the riot of 99. It's
Good
in
on
the
you,
newspapers. I know. Good on you. But he did it because he was shooting fireworks off. We were all, having fun and stuff. But he shot it at a dude's car that he hated because that guy was a jerk, which he was. I'll give him that.
Yeah.
So that's hilarious. That's hilarious. The riot wasn't horrific. I mean, nobody got seriously hurt, and Junction is Junction. It's like a tiny town.
So the riot lasted
We only
4
have-
days. No.
Yeah, no, it lasted like 3 hours max.
That's still a long riot.
And we had like
We never had a riot.
We had, like-
in my town.
280 people out in one little intersection. That's it. It was like one intersection of town, and there was like 280 people in the intersection, and we wouldn't go away. And so they brought out hoses and like hosed us down. It was like, it puts the lotion on the skin.
I'm gonna
it gets
pick
the hose again. But it was like, it was it is what we know as the riot of 99 in Grand Junction. We're a tiny town. But anyway, it was hilarious. He started it. That's funny.
Tiny tea,
Yeah.
done dirt cheap.
Yeah. Wow. He's famous. Yes, he is. Bully. Grande Verga says, "What's up with the trolls on Twitter?" I
that
don't
Bully from
know.
TR?
I don't mind occasionally, but there's been a few more than normal. And that's all right, I suppose. Sure Shot says, "Not the Damon I know." Yes, it is.
I know, right? Crazy.
Grande Verga sounds like a peaceful protest. It was a peaceful protest in the sense that
Butt naked, set himself on fire in the middle of the
nobody
street.
got hurt. Nobody got hurt, and nobody had like baseball bats. We weren't hitting the cops or nothing.
Well, it was about football.
Well, they were smart. The cops realized there was like nearly 300 of us, and we were like, "Blah!" And people were throwing like glass bottles.
They're
and,
incoherent.
and shooting fireworks and like acting crazy in the streets. And cars were like stopped and everything. And so
That was the first time
they
they
were
were-
like, "Oh, too much, out of control."
Right.
So they brought the fire department down, and the fire department got on top of their fire truck, and they like got the hose on, like the
Yeah.
water truck, and they're like. And just started
Blasting people.
blasting fools with
Man,
the water
that had been
hose.
fun for them.
And dude, people were being knocked off their butt and just flying. And I saw that and I was like, I'm out.
They've probably been drinking too,
I'm like,
so they're unstable. To
This,
get that.
I'm out.
Yeah.
This, I'm out. I know. And every one of us just turned around and left. I was like, why did they not use those trucks in these other protests? Like, it is so easy when people get knocked off their face, like just, and knocked down
Yeah.
by the water. It's super, super discouraging.
Take me down a while.
You don't want to protest anymore when you get like shot 20 feet by water down the road and you're like a bowling pin.
Yeah.
And the water knocks you down.
There was this. There was
You're
this
like, okay,
big
I'm
wave
done. I hurt.
at Six Flags.
Fire trucks are
Just-
racist. Grande Verga.
So like, you know how they have those big drops or whatever, and then splash you with water. And there was a big bridge over the area that splashes you with water. You can either splash in the ride, or you can go on top of the bridge and get splashed there. So I was at that right height where, like, the top of the bridge was like this on my chin, and I just sat there like this, like, hey, this is gonna be fun. And it hits me, and I went,
Oh.
F this, I ain't doing it again.
Well, this is an easy one for you to answer. This last question I've got is easy for you to answer.
Fire trucks are racist.
I know. I already said that. It's hilarious. Yep.
It's true. We should remove them all.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. All right. This is an easy one for you, so this is stupid, but I want to hear everybody
Would
out
you like
there's
to have
answers.
the perfect body?
Yeah,
The perfect
body.
specimen.
It says if you could have the perfect body, but you would have to give up, but as long as you never drank or did drugs again,
Well,
but you could eat whatever you wanted, would you do it?
I'm already going there, so.
I know. I was going to say you gave up drinking and drugs, so
Yeah.
but you could eat whatever
And
you
I eat
want.
whatever I want.
Yeah.
So, and I have the perfect body. Not really. It's
You're like, oh, I'm not gaining weight.
yeah. I haven't really.
And you're in shape, so
I'm sweating a lot at work. It helps.
Yeah, you're like sweating off everything you eat.
Yeah.
I wish
just had
I wish I
Taco
could
Bell.
do that.
Well, you know, you can get a job with me and then hurt
No.
all the time.
No.
You know? But you
I
have
wouldn't
a
do it.
you have a jacuzzi, so it does help.
So you can have the perfect body, but you can't drink or do any kind of drug, but you could eat whatever you want. I would totally give
Yeah.
up alcohol and drugs
Sure.
to eat whatever I want.
Yeah.
That'd be dope.
Unless they're talking about like I can't take like
What'd you guys do?
Tylenol or something anymore or whatever. But
Well, no, did drugs. That's talking about like
yeah, you're talking about like
the illegal
crack cocaine.
kind. Yeah,
But you can lose a lot of weight on crack cocaine and
That's true.
methamphetamines.
that is true.
Not that I want to. I'm just saying you could.
But you could also just, get a tapeworm. That'll help you.
You can do that too.
That'll help you
can
lose.
just get a tapeworm.
That'll help you lose some weight.
That
I mean,
easy. You know?
there's some, middle-aged housewives that have done that before. It works.
This is a terrible question.
Mr. Butter says, I don't drink or do drugs, so he's like, I'm a double transplant recipient, so that's an
Yeah.
easy choice. Well, good for you, brother. Double transplant recipient.
What would your answer be then? I guess because you just say the heck with it, the drinking.
Yeah, I'd give up alcohol. I mean, I drink alcohol, but rarely. Like
Yeah.
I don't drink often, and when I do, it's very little. And I don't do drugs, so I just to eat whatever. I do eat whatever, but I would have the perfect body by giving up some
perfect
alcohol.
body.
So that would be awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome, man. Little alcohol.
Yeah.
Pixel Storm says it's culture. Alcohol's culture, so he'd never give it up.
Yeah.
Grande Verga says, except that margarita.
Margarita Wednesdays.
Oh, man. Grande Verga, did you see the margarita I posted on Twitter that my wife bought? That's her hand next to that swimming pool.
Where was that at?
They call a margarita. It was at El Tapatio
El Tapatio, huh?
on North.
Really?
And the thing was like,
They have a pretty big
it
one.
was like a swimming pool.
At Tequilas. They have a really big one. Yeah, I used to drink those quite often, but since
Yeah,
I gave
but
it
no,
up.
it was, I posted it on, I was looking at it and I'm like, for the love of all humanity, you are not literally going to drink that. And she was like,
She didn't drive, did she?
no, I had to drive all four of the adults that drove that night back to our house. We played games. And then after games, I drove them back to all their vehicles.
Nice.
Because they all had one margarita.
That's all it takes, man.
And then they were
really
all
good.
Yeah, and then they were all lit. They were all lit. They were like, yeah, you gotta drive.
That's why I always get the carne asada, so I just kind of
Yeah.
evens itself out. But anyway.
Mr. Butters, Pan Era and Kidney. Wow. Yeah. No, the margarita I posted on Twitter, if you haven't seen it, the thing is righteous. The
Probably
thing
like
was, I mean, yeah, her hand is
Did she have a
like-
bottle
it
of
was
Corona
like,
in there?
Gosh.
I've had one of those, but it had a little bottle of Corona inside of it.
It was huge, man.
Yeah,
It was
massive.
huge. She said, like, they were like, you want the small one or the big one? And she was like, I guess the big one.
I guess the big one.
And then they come out as like,
It wasn't her birthday, was it?
What the heck?
Yeah.
Thing was huge.
It wasn't her birthday, was it?
No.
Yeah.
But they all ordered the same thing.
Right.
And
Well,
they,
yeah, you're
and
not
she
going to go
likes-
to a Mexican
By the way,
restaurant.
if you ever get a margarita and you've never done this before, my wife used to be a bartender. She loves bartending, by the way. One of the things you can do if you order a margarita is just tell them to do a splash of orange juice. Just do a splash of orange juice.
This is so true.
If girls have enough wine, I don't need the perfect body. Oh, man.
Hey, they like
Pixel.
the dad bod these days. So.
That is true. But no, so seriously, if you get a margarita and you like margaritas, but maybe you're like margaritas are all right, just do a splash of orange juice. Just tell them a splash of OJ in your margarita. It makes them really, really good. Really good. It's a twist. If you've never had it, do that.
With a twist.
Yeah, just do a margarita with a splash of OJ. It makes it taste different, but it makes it taste
All
really
right,
good.
so you guys
Never had
ready?
that.
You guys ready to go catfishing?
All right. So it is time
Is it?
for story time.
Yeah.
Story
So,
time.
I want you
turn
to
my hat backwards.
I want you to figure out.
I got a
the
haircut,
moral.
by the way. See my haircut?
By the way, I did too. See mine? Yeah. Nice and clean, fresh for today.
I needed to do that.
So fresh and so clean.
Ain't nobody dope as me. I'm just so fresh and so
clean. Anyway, so.
All right, you got catfished, huh?
Yeah, so.
Oh, man, I got to hear this story, dude. I got to hear this story.
I want you to figure out the moral of this story, all right?
Oh, the moral of the story, stay off the internet.
Well, that's the first moral, no matter what. But, so, roughly, it wasn't 10 years ago, but it was more like 7-ish years ago, 8 years ago.
2012, 2013.
Yeah, somewhere in there.
Okay.
I had just gotten out of a relationship with a girl. It was a somewhat serious relationship.
Okay.
And there was this other girl online that was kind of being, I don't know, meanish to my friends. So I was kind of anti-girl at the time, and I was being mean back. And she seemed to like it. And I was like, whatever, I don't care, yada, yada. And eventually, like, she was really persistent. And nobody really knew her, though. She was just some girl online that she friended everybody. So, so that was just like, she was there. She was talking to like Sure Shot. She was talking to Sure Shot's brother.
Sure Shot, by the way, asks, you've been on that long already? It's time for story time? Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're an hour and 15 minutes in, so we're ready for story time, brother. Yeah. Sorry, Sure Shot.
This happens, man. And you already heard the story, so you can just go back to what you were doing.
Yeah, man. Grab a beer, dude. Pixel Storm grabbed another German beer.
Exactly, yo. So here we go. I mean, anyway, I'm just kind of like, I don't give a crap about this person, so I just gave her, back and forth, jarring at each other. Eventually, she kind of liked it. Conversations led on to other conversations that led on other conversations. She started sending me stuff in the mail. She was
What'd she sent you?
She was, according to her profile, a 21-year-old, going to college. So, talked to her for a while, kind of dated her for a little while.
Online dating?
Probably a little too long, if I'm honest with myself here. It's really sad when you get lured in, but I was in a really, really low point in life. I literally, okay. I'm gonna just to be black and white.
Does she have good pictures on her profile?
She did, but they were like kind of vague pictures. Anyway.
Oh no. You got into a relationship with a girl with vague pictures. That's not good. That's never good.
They were kind of vague. Anyway. From what I could see. Anyway. So I had just gotten out of this bad relationship. I went to the mental hospital for about a week in the New Year's time because apparently the doctors and such were on vacation. So I was stuck there for like a week.
Oh, no.
So it was a lot of fun. Had my own Patch Adams moment. I realized that's not exactly where I needed to be. But, I was in a very bad place in my life. I was feeding into all the negative thoughts that I had in my mind. And she kind of, I don't know, just really wanted to help, I guess. And I allowed that to happen. I also said to myself for some reason at that time that I'm just going to trust somebody blindly. That was the worst thing you can do is just trust somebody, even though I had all the red flags staring me in the face. And I'm like, yeah, I'm just going to keep trusting. Eventually she's going to tell me the truth if there is something there. And she never wanted to meet me. I should have known that there was something up, and she never wanted to meet me and everything.
Grande Verga says she or it.
Okay, hold on a second. The big reveal, all right? So the big reveal happened after a while. I just, kept, just prodding and hoping. It was over after a few months in some ways, but it wasn't in others. And I was very much like, all right, I just want to know the truth, all right? And eventually the truth came out. She eventually said, all right, so I'm old enough to know better. And I was like, what is that supposed to mean? You're old enough to know better. So I was 29 at the time.
So you thought you had a hookup, man. 21 years old, attractive. You're 29. You're like, I got a girl 8 years younger, 8 years younger. So you thought, yeah, you got this good.
We make mistakes and we learn lessons. So turns out she was turning 50 and married with 2 kids and recently come out of cancer, I guess. I eventually got an image. Wasn't a terrible looking older woman, but I was so mad about the whole situation. But
Oh my.
I treated it really well. I was like, all right, so you did lie. No, I did not. No, you did. Yes, you flat out lied about who you were. No, I never lied. No, you lied. And if you never lied, we could have been friends at least, you know?
Oh, Artisan got played. Go Cougars. Grande Verga, you're hilarious.
So she had a hard time with it. I didn't. I kind of had a hard time forgiving myself for it, but I, was leaving Cleve. She finally showed up, by the way. Oh. Yeah, I wasn't home. Thank God for that. So it was weird. I was very embarrassed. I'm trying not to be embarrassed about it now because I've moved on, obviously, since then. But here's what's funny about it. There was a show on MTV called Catfish, right?
Yep.
I had never watched the show. And then like a month after this happened, I'm just flipping through channels and all of a sudden it was a documentary. They did a documentary and then they did a TV show. And I'm like watching this stuff and I'm going, wow, if I would have known a year in advance, this would have never happened. I never would have fallen down this road. I probably would have stopped going online and meeting people for one, but geez, it was like, all right. So I just hit the bottom of my barrel and, let's just say I haven't dated anybody since, but it's not necessarily because of that, but it kind of is. It really, I'm definitely not dating anybody online. So if you ever find me online, you better take some real pictures of yourself. Anyway, so
yeah, online dating is, it can be a good thing and it can be a not so good thing. You know, what's really crazy is I have a few friends that I have, like couples that I have that are
life lesson.
Married that met each other online. In fact, I have like 3 groups of friends that have met and are married online. I have a friend, his name's Rob. He got married to a lady he met online. And so that's kind of crazy. I have another friend, Trout. He goes by Trout. His real name's Uva, but nobody can like pronounce it. They go like ooey when they see his name because they don't know how to pronounce it, Uva. So he just goes by Trout. And he has like a trout lake fish so people are like, oh, Trout. So they like figure it out. But his name's Uva, but like I said, nobody knows how to pronounce it, so he just goes by Trout. Yeah. But anyway, he met his girl online. So like multiple people I know that got married online. So it does happen, but you got totally played. So what's your life lesson here? What do you chalk it up to life lesson for sure?
Well, that's definitely a life lesson. I mean, don't go into these situations online without actually doing your research, obviously, or going into it all in emotional like pieces. You shouldn't ever try to do a rebound situation, ever. And I didn't, like I said, I didn't think this was happening, so it kind of just, blindsided me. But yeah, no reason you should ever go for the rebound ever. And no reason you should ever date online. You can meet people online, get to know them, but do not just start dating them without meeting them at some point. Meet them first, in person. So life lesson for me is just getting to know people on a level before ever dating them, as opposed to, letting somebody try to play me for a fool and using my emotions against myself, type of thing. So I don't hate anybody. I don't even hate her for it. Honestly, I forgave her right away, and she hated the fact that I forgave her so quickly. It was really hard for her. I was like, I forgive you, but I'm never gonna talk to you again.
Ray Rock says, I've watched too many Dateline stories of men and women getting scammed through online dating. Yeah. Totally. Aldry says, it's hard to date these days, whether online or in person. But when I read that comment, I thought Aldry wrote, it's hard to date these days, whether online or in prison. And I was like, dude, it's hard to date in prison. Yes, it is. And then I saw a person, not prison. Man, it's hard to read these comments
your
sometimes.
Own personal prison, obviously.
It's like,
yeah, if you're in a bad state of mind, just avoid dating. Hang out with some friends, spend some time alone doing some self-seeking,
Yep.
But yeah, don't go online and don't try to find your love of your life and after something horrible happens to you. It's a bad idea. It's a bad idea.
Audrey. Seriously, that was hilarious. Well, anyway, so a couple of things. One, we're going to get out of here, but I thank everybody for coming on who came on live. For everybody, prisoners need love too, Grande. For everybody else who's going to be watching this after the fact, you guys can still play. Make sure you put your comments in the comments after the fact.
Some real rough questions this time around.
Yeah, these questions were a little rough. Let me know what you're going to do with that 3-year-old baby. I want to know in the comments down below after the fact. But my channel has almost all but died. I get it. I understand. I haven't done much in the last 6 months, but I have found a game. It's a lot of fun. You are under no obligation or any pressure to play, but for anybody out there who enjoys watching games about other games, even if you're not playing the game, I probably will start doing Disc Golf Rivals games. It is fun. The game itself is just a ton of fun. I've learned a lot, and I want to really start putting out some information. I actually have some
information.
Some worth it series on there because I get questions all the time on their Facebook page, like, Joe, is this worth it? You know, and it's like, no, hell no, that's not worth it. They have the same developer.
Is it worth it to date a chick online?
Yeah. I know, right? A lot of people are saying, you know, hey, should I do this or should I do that? When should I, you know, progress up, all that kind of stuff. It's the same kind of educational stuff on that game as it was the other game. So I feel like there's a lot of content available there that I could be putting out pretty quick short little snippet videos that would help the community out. A lot of new players because the game is so new. It literally came out in May, was in beta in February, it came out in May. The game is brand new. If you wanted to play, it's fun. But if you don't, no big deal. But if you enjoy watching videos of other games, it's a pretty fun game. So anyway, I'm going to be probably building some content on that pretty soon. Started taking screenshots and video of some of my gameplay there as well. So hopefully I'll be bringing to life my channel a little bit for that game. So that'll be pretty cool. Hopefully that'll be coming around a little bit. But if nothing else, we'll still have these hangout sessions as well.
And we still have Sure Shots YouTube channel as well.
Yeah, and we do have Sure Shots YouTube channel, and you guys still do put out a little bit of content on that channel from time to time.
When he's back in town, we'll do another video.
Yep. Grande says, so I didn't sign up for GAC. No, I didn't. No, I didn't. So, but I hope you guys and gals have a wonderful evening. Thank you all for hanging on and hanging out with us. Yeah, hanging out. As always, make sure you guys keep your gaming on. Warrior and Artisan K, out.